But we're going to dive deep into starting our self-love journey because the self-love journey is also going to be our success journey. We're going to watch, if you're watching this, you're going to watch me as I love myself more and also become more successful financially, mentally, and physically. Okay? So this channel is going to consist of motivation. Hey guys, I'm back again with another video. And you already know today's topic is self-love, okay? We're going to talk about, we're going to really dive deep into starting our self-love journey, okay? I'm going to put some like little sensual music on. But we're going to dive deep into starting our self-love journey because the self-love journey is also going to be our success journey. We're going to watch, if you're watching this, you're going to watch me as I love myself more and also become more successful financially, mentally, and physically. Okay? So this channel is going to consist of motivation and fitness, and maybe a little bit of financial help. So if you're looking for all those types of things, you are in the right area. I'm just going to put some little sensual music on. Okay. So I wrote down some notes today to try and help me keep on track because we all know I'll be losing track. Got my little drink with me. Okay. So I want to talk about keeping obligations to yourself, knowing when to leave, knowing when to say no, and knowing when to walk away. When I say keeping obligations to yourself, I feel like to me that means if you say you are going to do something, you need to do it. And it can be something as little as saying like, hey, I'm going to pick that up right now. You need to pick that up right now. Or if you say, I'm going to do this in 10 minutes, you need to do it in 10 minutes. I feel like that's a really big problem with people, especially when you don't love yourself. I don't know. I feel like, in my opinion, letting yourself fall. I'm actually going to turn this music off because it's distracting. But in my personal opinion, I feel like a part of being motivated and getting stuff done involves having to love yourself. Because you have to love yourself to respect yourself. And if you don't respect yourself, who will? If you don't love yourself, who's going to love you? You know what I mean? You have to, whatever qualities you expect someone to have to give to you, you have to first give them to yourself. Okay? So, first thing is knowing when to leave. Okay? I don't know if you guys have ever been in a situation and you're just thinking to yourself like, man, I don't like this. I don't want to be here. I hate it here. It's making me sad. Like, for example, jobs. That's something a lot of people tend to not leave soon enough. They'll be at a job that they hate for months, years, decades even. And, it takes a toll on their mental health and physical health because they don't know that your body is actually telling you, hey, look, this place is not good for you. You need to go find something better. But a lot of people don't love themselves or believe in themselves enough. They're not confident in themselves enough to be like, you know what, I can do better than this. I can go out and, achieve anything I want. And that all plays into loving yourself. Because hit the mic. When I think of self-love, if people don't understand the full concept of it, think of like if you're in a relationship and you love your partner or you love your mom or your dad or your sister, your brother, your cousin, aunt, uncle, grandma, whoever, or you have a child and you love your child, you have a pet and you love your pet. Look at how you treat them. If you feel you truly love whatever it is that you love, look at how you treat it. Okay? And think to yourself, are the qualities and the things I'm doing for this thing or person that I love, am I doing that for myself? For example, people who have kids, they make sure their kids are fed, dressed, bathed. They make sure that they feel love all the time. So why not do that for yourself? You don't need to have someone else around you for you to be able to love yourself. I feel like gaining true self-love involves being alone. Okay? Back to knowing when to leave. So back to the job idea. It's not just with jobs, it's with any situation, of friendship, a family, leaving a family member alone, leaving a significant other alone, or, even just going to get you some me time. You have to know, you have to love yourself enough to listen to your body, because your body will always tell you what it needs, mentally or physically, before you even realize it. You just have to learn how to listen to it, because your body's going to tell you. Okay? So, like, for example, if you're in a toxic relationship or friendship and you're constantly feeling down about this person, or you're feeling negative feelings or negative emotions towards this person or from this person, you need to love yourself to know, like, look, this isn't benefiting me in any way. It's not making me feel better about myself. It's not helping me to progress in life. I need to leave. You're obligated to leave. You know what I mean? Like, why stick around anything that's not bringing you up? Okay? Misery loves company. And knowing when to say no. A lot of times, and this plays into being a people pleaser. I used to be a people pleaser myself. You have to learn when to tell people no. Okay? And you have to be okay with saying no to them. You don't have to say yes to everybody all the time. This is your life, your choices, your body. Okay? You do what's best for you. There is over 1 trillion people in this world. Okay? And this plays into another topic I'm going to talk about, but being okay with letting people go and not keeping friends. Okay? Learning to say no. If you are around someone and you don't like something that they're doing, or you don't like something that they're saying, or you don't want to go somewhere that they go, learn to tell them, like for example, if you are friends with someone who constantly talks shit about other people and you yourself don't like that, and they are always trying to get you to engage in their shit talking, tell them, look, no, I don't do that. Okay? I don't do that. I don't talk shit about people. I don't want to bring people down. That's not who I am. That's not me. And there's 2 reactions they'll get. If they're really your friend, they'll respect it and they'll stop. And also, that can help them grow, because I feel like people who talk about people they're not fully happy with themselves. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I hate to admit this, but I didn't love myself that much when I was younger. But when I was at work, I used to just look at people and be like, ew, ugly, they're ugly, they're ugly, they're ugly. And it's like, for what? For what? Why are you saying these people are ugly? There's no reason for it. So learning to say no to people, because sometimes certain people come around you that have old traits that will bring you back to the place that you just came from. And if you don't know how to cut that crap out or say no, you're just gonna destroy all the progress that you've made. Okay? And knowing when to walk away. That plays into saying no. Like, if you tell someone, like, hey, I don't like this, or hey, I don't want to do this, and they don't respect it, walk away. Simply just stop messing with them. Leave them alone. Take your space away from them if you have to. But do not allow anyone to bring you out of your element, bring you out of your standards, your morals, your beliefs, your wants and your needs. And I'm going to get into that more later. But have obligations to yourself. Okay? Tell yourself, like, look, I'm not going to do this. Or I am going to do this. And make sure you stick by it. Okay? Because your word is your bond. Your word is your credibility. And if you can't even keep promises to yourself, how the heck you going to keep promises to anybody else? And if you do keep promises to other people, why can't you keep them to yourself? You know what I mean? And this rolls into the importance of setting boundaries. Okay, this is something I've recently started to get more into lately, because, again, I used to be a people pleaser. but I'm learning to set boundaries with people. And this plays into saying no, And again, if people around you don't respect your boundaries, they might not be your real friend, because a real friend is going to respect your boundaries because they respect you. You know what I mean? Oh, sorry. Thought somebody was about to come in. Anyways, setting boundaries. With this, first of all, you need to learn what your boundaries are. If you are on a self-love journey, even if you aren't on a self-love journey, if you're younger or even if you're older, I want you to take some time, sit down, and think to yourself. Go to like a nature park, go somewhere where it's peaceful, where you can think, where you feel good energy. I want you to sit down and think, what do I like? What do I not like? What will I tolerate from people? What will I not tolerate from people? What do I expect from people? Okay? And what will I allow from people? So I'm going to use myself as an example. I've gone to nature parks. I've really gotten into going to parks a lot more. And so I discovered, spending time alone on my self-love journey, it's helped me to realize that, one, I really love fitness. Okay? I love fitness. I love nature. I love being in the sun. I love being outside. I love to do art. Okay, I love to record videos. And, I really like real estate as well. Though that's something that's like another day topic. But I just really realized things that I like and I don't like. The things that I don't like is, well, I haven't really focused on the don'ts and the do's and the likes, but I'll make another video going more into depth about my likes and my dislikes, because you see, even I need to like really write them down, because I just thought about them. I didn't really write them down. But anyways, expectations and standards, though. That's the really important one. Okay. So my expectations, and as a woman, it's very important to have the expectations and standards, especially when it comes to dating and friends, but more so dating. So my expectations from people is that they're honest, they're understanding, they have very good communication. What else? Again, I'm going to go into all this at a later time, but you get the gist of it. Okay, you just need to sit down and really think about what it is you like, what you don't like, what your standards are, what your expectations are, what you will and will not tolerate from people, whether it be platonic or romantic or like family or whatever, because that's a really important part about your self-love journey and also your success journey. Okay. Because again, this is a series of my self-love / success journey. Okay. And being okay with losing and not keeping friends. The self-love journey, it can get lonely. It can get really, really lonely. Because, a lot of times, like, people usually only start going on self-love journeys when they become older. So they already have made all these friends. A lot of them are toxic friends. And the only reason why they're really friends with them is because that person is benefiting off of you. Okay? So when you start setting boundaries with these people, like me, I'm very nice. I kind of like when I meet people, I don't do this anymore. When I meet people, I give them the benefit of the doubt. One thing I've learned is you can't be nice to people off the jump. You can't, because they will use and abuse you. People use and abuse nice people. So, being okay with losing friends is going to be a part of the self-love journey. But if you start early on, if you're younger watching this and you really haven't made too many friends, going on a self-love journey starting now, or learning to love yourself now, will, you'll gain real friends. Real quality friends. Quality over quantity. Okay? And so being okay with losing the friends and like not keeping friends. So the part about losing friends is like when you start setting your boundaries And, say you have a friend that you used to always, that you party with. And again, this is examples from my life. So you had a friend that you would party with every weekend or all the time. And you guys think you're friends, but really you're just party friends. And then you decide, like, look, me partying every weekend isn't benefiting my life in any way. And you start telling them, like, no, I don't want to go party today. Or you tell them, like, hey, I want to go home by this time, or I can't go to this thing. You might start to notice, like, they stop talking to you as much. They stop contacting you as much. They don't really mess with you as much. And that's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine, because you are setting your boundaries and setting your life up to go the way you want it to. You're setting your life up for success. This person, they might have a successful life in the party life, and that's perfectly fine. But if that party life is not working for you, you need to set that boundary and be like, look, I want to be in bed by 8 p.m. I don't want to be up till 3 a.m. in the morning, waking up at 1 p.m. the next day. I want to be in bed by 8 p.m. and I want to wake up at 5 a.m. You know what I mean? And if they're truly your friend, they will understand. Maybe they'll even start changing themselves so that they can, continue to be around you. But also it's like, it's a give and take type of thing. So if they're willing to, stop some days from partying to wake up early to, like, do what you want to do, you could possibly also, make sure you give up some days to go out and party with them. However, I feel like going to bed earlier and waking up earlier is better for your life than partying. So hopefully your friend will follow your footsteps of not partying as much, because, it saves money. It helps you to focus on things that can actually help you grow, because while partying is fun while you're young, as you get older, you realize it's way better to have money and just be able to sit inside and do absolutely nothing. So yeah. And then not keeping friends. So a lot of times when we meet new people, right, we want them to like us, especially if we're trying to make friends. Like, if we want to make friends, we want these people to like us. And sometimes, not everybody does this, but some people do this. Me, myself, I used to do this. It's like you kind of hide away who you truly are, or you try and prove to people that who you are, who they want or think you to be. You know what I mean? For example, say you are a homebody, an introvert, and you meet these people who are like, hikers, and they love going out and talking with people. And, you get to know them, and they're saying to you, like, oh, we're going to go do this and that. And so you push yourself to do these things that they want to do because you want to become friends with them, because maybe you kind of like how they are, or, you just really want friends. So you kind of are willing to do whatever, like, to keep them around, but it's not going to make you happy. So you have to be okay with losing friends or not keeping friends, be okay with, like, if you meet someone and they don't really want to mess with you like that. Like, you might be cool with them, but they aren't really wanting to mess with you like that. That's perfectly fine. Let them go. You don't need them. You want quality people. For example, I went out and hung with this person. That was messaging me on Instagram trying to hang out, and I finally went to go meet them in person, and they called me a square, and I don't really know what that means. Maybe they think I'm boring. But it's like, you know what? If you think I'm a square, that's fine. We do not have to hang out. We do not have to get to know each other. That's perfectly fine. We tried, it failed, moving on. So that's what I mean by, like, not being okay with not keeping friends. Be okay with people not meshing with you. You aren't going to get along with everyone, okay? And if you do, you're faking your lifestyle. You're faking who you are, okay? Because just like you see, like, how every piece of music has a genre, every artist is, subject to one specific genre. That's how I feel personalities are. They meet one specific personality genre. Like emo kids. They're going to get along with emo kids. like bougie girls or bougie guys. They're going to get along with bougie girls and guys. You know what I mean? Or skaters. They're going to get more along with skaters. It just depends what your niche is. So be okay with not being able to connect with everyone. You know, love yourself enough to be true to yourself. Don't ever change to try and just make a whole bunch of people like you, you know? Because then you'll come off as fake. And the next one, okay, so, and loving yourself enough to be consistent. This plays into the success part of this journey. Consistency, I know, is a very, very, sorry, I keep thinking my roommates have to come home. Consistency is a very, very, very hard thing for many people to do. And you might think like, I'm consistent. Are you really? Do you know what consistency is? Consistency is like dedication. It's investment. Okay, it's doing something even when you don't want to because you know it's going to pay off. Or it's like, for example, going to work every day. You consistently get up at like 6 a.m. to be at work by 7 a.m. faithfully because you want to get paid, right? And you're successfully getting paid because you're consistently going to work. Okay, as soon as you stop showing up to work as much, or you stop doing work how you're supposed to be, you're inconsistent, and you can get fired. You know, and it's so easy for people to be consistent when it comes to someone else regulating that consistency. But to be consistent, to love yourself enough to be consistent without anyone telling you, is a whole different thing. Because a lot of the people in this world, I feel like they want to go to work, come home, sit down, do nothing. You know, they don't want to keep doing these things because they don't see instant results, you know. But you got to love yourself enough and believe in yourself enough to be like, I'm going to keep doing this every single day until I see something, you know. And that's why I'm also doing these videos. I want to be consistent with them. This is why I'm recording my self-love journey, because this is a part of it. I need to be dedicated and consistent with this. I can't just post a couple videos and be like, oh, no one's watching, and then give up. I can't do that. I'm consistent with my workouts too, because I love myself enough to keep myself healthy, to keep myself fit, which is why I go to the gym every single day. And yeah, so that's mainly it for this episode. That's all I really wrote down. I don't want to make it a super, super long episode. But there's many more to come. I'm going to have some more topics on this self-love journey. Again, it's a self-love / success journey, because you're going to see me become successful, and mentally, financially, and physically. And I really hope that you want to join me in this journey, and I hope that you start your own journey, and that by watching these, it motivates you and inspires you and, you know, encourages you to start on whatever venture you may have that you want to do, and encourage you and motivate you to be dedicated and be consistent with it, you know, and to learn to say no to people and put yourself first, you know, because if you can't love you, who is going to love you? If you don't respect you, who is going to respect you? You have to think about these things. And also, I want to do these videos because I wish that someone would have told me about these things when I was younger, because it would have saved me from so many bad experiences or so many setbacks. And I probably would have been way further and more successful in life now than I am now, if I had loved myself fully. You know, if I had told myself, like, look, I'm putting myself first. I'm setting my boundaries. I'm going to learn to say no. I know when to walk away. I know when something's no longer good for me, you know, and keeping my obligations to myself, like keeping my promises to myself and being consistent. So that's what I'm going to do now, because you could spend your whole life trying to find someone to love you. But if you don't know what kind of love you want, you'll never really be happy, you know, because the kind of love I like time spent shows me someone loves me. You know, them just wanting to spend time with me, just giving me some of their time, because you can never get time back. So that's like the most important thing. If people are willing to give their time up for you, I feel like they love you. Because when you love yourself, right? If you love yourself, are you going to waste your time when you know you have something to do? If you love yourself enough, are you, like, for example, for ladies and men, if you're talking to somebody and you love yourself and you know your worth, are you going to waste your time on someone who don't treat you right? Are you going to waste your time on someone who ain't worthy? No. So that's why, for me, I'm giving myself all my time. You know what I mean? My time is my time. I'm not going to give it up to anyone else unless they're, they prove to me that it's worth it, because for me personally, I need someone who can do all the things, because I encourage myself, I support myself, I'm my number one fan, I motivate myself, I push myself, and it's like if someone comes into my life and they don't bring those aspects into my life as well and tenfold it, what's the point? I don't need someone bringing me down or making me feel bad, because I do love myself. I do respect myself. I respect my time, and I respect my feelings, But this is it for this episode. I hope you guys liked. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And turn the post notifications on so you can be notified when I post my next video. And let's go on this journey together, y'all. Let's go on this journey together. Let's learn to love ourselves, okay? We don't need nobody but us. We were brought into this world alone, and we're going to go out of this world alone. So why not be in love with yourself while you're here? Anyways, bye, guys.